there are many blockbuster Android phones competing for your attention, like the Xiaomi 12 Pro, Sony's Xperia 1 Mark IV, and Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. However, could your ideal phone possibly come from a less well-known maker? You might not be too acquainted with ZTE, but the company has previously produced some top-notch smartphones, like the Axon 30 Ultra, which we gave 4.5 out of 5 stars. With a hidden selfie camera that is located behind the display, the Axon 40 Ultra has an unusual appearance. A triple 64-megapixel camera array and a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor look to be amazing specs. Can this outsider succeed? Then, the Axon 40 Ultra's appearance has a lot to recommend it. The matte black finish provides it a classy and subtle appearance that is also useful because glossy phones frequently accumulate ugly fingerprint stains. Additionally, it feels well in your hands and has a nice texture. But there's no denying that the huge camera module dominates the back panel, preventing me from placing my finger where I normally would while holding a phone upright. There aren't many optional extras, such as a 3.5mm headphone connector or an SD card slot, if you were hoping to use wired headphones or expand the onboard storage, and the device lacks an IP classification, making it unclear how well the Axon 40 Ultra would handle itself if exposed to dust or water. Of course, the hidden selfie camera on this phone is its most notable appearance feature. When the screen is on, it is totally concealed beneath the 6.8-inch AMOLED screen, giving you an uninterrupted view of it. Even with a close look, it's tough to detect any indication that a camera is hidden underneath, due to the excellent implementation of this effect. The implementation of the aesthetic appearance really pleased me. The selfie camera, however, performed poorly while using facial recognition to unlock my phone. I would urge you to use the in-screen fingerprint scanner because my face would rarely be recognized. The screen is amazing even without the novelty of a concealed camera underneath. Depending on the content displayed on your screen, an auto-adjusting refresh rate that can switch between 60Hz and 120Hz can be used to enable smoother rates for apps that benefit from them, or reduce the rate to save some battery life. The panel's HDR10+ support and over 1 billion colors make it entrancingly vibrant to look at, and its 1116 by 2480 resolution makes it crisp as well. On this screen, video games and nature documentaries were both delightful to watch. In general, I don't like screens that bend at the sides rather than lying flat, but this one isn't too extreme to be annoying. There are 3 high-resolution sensors in the camera arrangement, each with a 64-megapixel resolution, a wide-angle camera, an ultra-wide lens, and a telephoto sensor. This makes the camera setup look excellent on paper. The next 3 images were captured from the same angle with all 3 lenses set to their default settings, starting with the ultra-wide angle, moving on to the wide angle, and concluding with the telephoto sensor. The results aren't bad at all. They have high levels of resolution and brightness. However, photographs taken with the ultra-wide lens in particular can have greens that are a little too vivid. The detail in the plate above, which was taken with the primary camera, is somewhat diminished in comparison to images taken outside, most likely because of the bright overhead lighting. The ultra-wide camera finds the lighting circumstances a little more difficult than the wide-angle camera, as can be seen in the 2 images above, where the green again jumps out. The outcomes from the primary wide-angle camera are more appealing, though. I was able to capture the image of the swans above using the telephoto lens, proving how useful it is to carry around a 3.5x optical zoom. It isn't powerful enough to compete with the top zoom cameras, like the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, though. As you can see, photographing in these circumstances causes quite a bit of detail to be lost, producing drab results. However, I still thought this was better than using night mode, which increased lighting, but also completely blew out the highlights. You might be curious about how well the 16-megapixel selfie camera functions as a camera, given its unique placement beneath the display. Unfortunately, this is where it really starts to fall apart. Selfies are terrible to look at, with blurry, undefined images. Choose a different one if you enjoy taking selfies with your phone or making video calls. The front-facing camera appears to suffer pretty severely from its odd under-screen appearance, given the poor quality of selfie photographs, and the inaccurate facial recognition feature, despite looking good when the screen is in use. We can presume that the technology is still in its infancy, and that it may take some time before it reaches the general public. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset is still present in this phone, even if its price comfortably falls below the $1,000 barrier. Examples of other premium Android phones with this chipset include the OnePlus 10 Pro, Oppo Find X5 Pro, and Xiaomi 12 Pro, to name just a few. This indicates that it provides a lot of power for the price, but does it utilize silicon as effectively as the best of the best? The short answer is yes. Scroll through the table below to discover how it compares to the top Android smartphones. Its results in benchmark testing demonstrate that it can keep up with many flagship devices. The Geekbench scores speak to the CPU power, which controls the majority of the performance tasks on the phone, whereas the 3D Mark scores assess the GPU power, which is crucial for gaming. Be aware, though, because benchmarks don't always provide the full picture. However, I discovered that this phone's day-to-day performance was quick and dependable, and that games ran quickly and with excellent graphics. I had no problems when using the gadget, and it performed admirably across a range of jobs. This phone provides 5G connection, dual-band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.2, and NFC, as you might anticipate. This phone runs MyOS 12, which is based on Android 12. But unlike some competitors, this brand's user interface isn't overly complicated. There aren't many more apps on top of vanilla Android, which I really prefer to phones that are loaded with bloatware as soon as they are turned on. The few additional programs you'll find here, like WPS Office, Phone Switch, and Booking.com, are among the very few, yet they are nothing compared to MIUI from Xiaomi. A variety of helpful personalization tools are also available in the Settings app, allowing you to customize the look and feel of the phone to your heart's content by changing the app icons, fonts, wallpapers, and widgets. A phone with such demanding screen specifications should have a battery with a capacity of at least 5000 mAh, which is what the Axon 40 Ultra offers. However, this specification truly needs to be put to the test in the real world to see how it holds up, because often just looking at the numbers doesn't tell the whole story. According to my own experience, the phone performed admirably, offering a respectable day's worth of battery life when used both moderately and actively. To offer particular instances, watching a YouTube video for an hour on the default screen settings decreased the percentage by 6%, while listening to Spotify music for an hour depleted the battery by 4%. The battery may be quickly topped off once more, with 65-watt wired charging when it needs to be recharged. We are unsure of how quickly the phone may be charged with the brand's exclusive UK charger, because our item came with the European charger. You will need to use the conventional method of charging because there is no option for wireless charging here. Although the ZTE Axon 40 Ultra is an excellent phone, it isn't a terrific one. The performance levels are fantastic, the battery life is excellent, and the screen is superb. Despite its novel appearance, the under-screen selfie camera is actually poor, and the back camera is passably good but not outstanding. You would be better off looking at a device like the Pixel 6, if mobile photography is one of your top priorities. Thanks for watching, have a nice day and see you soon.